it's Cecil, and it's Saturday, and we are here with a very special speed build because last month on stream I made my first ever shell challenge, and I've been wanting to share it with you guys, but honestly, I've also been avoiding thinking about it. What I did was I spun a wheel to see what size lot I was building it on, how many floors it would have, if it would have a basement or not, and then any annoying architectural features that I would include. This one rolled diagonal walls, 2 floors plus a basement. I'm I'm remembering it and wishing I didn't. No, but it was a lot of fun, and like I said, I built it on stream, and chat convinced me to add so many little features to it that I otherwise would not have added to it. Um, and it ended up being huge, as happens on a 50 by 50 lot. But it is what it is. We do what we do. I put it up on the gallery. The tag is, uh, I think it's AFG shell. Uh, I'll verify that and I'll put down in the description box of this video what the tag is. If you want to do it, it's on my gallery as Awkward Shell Challenge. My gallery ID is awkwardfangirl6. All that information will be in the description box if you wish to also tackle this monstrosity. Ah, yes, my favorite part, putting porches into weird corners. I had so much fun. So, what we ended up doing was because I was building this very shortly after Businesses and Hobbies came out, like the Saturday after, what I ended up doing was uh, chat wanted to see it be sort of like a home and a business. So, we have kind of like this STEM family, and they all have like their own business and classes that they sort of run off of this lot. And so it's um to give you a little introduction to the vibes. We have hacker grandma, we have one parent who is like a professor, one who is an astronaut, and then we have two kids. Um, and I'm not sure if they have businesses yet, but they sure will. uh, Not that I'm playing with them or creating this family or anything like that, but that's the premise, that's the vibe. So there's a lot of different like STEM vibe things. We've got stuff for the logic skill, we've got stuff for rocket science, we've got programming, video gaming, um, and those are the ones that stand out to me the most. There might have been some others. I think it was like those four. Obviously, programming and video gaming both use the same, um, both have like the same item requirements in the class system. That would be just having at least 3 computers in order to run a class on a small business for those. Uh, so those are all like in the same area. And I feel like I would hate playing in a building this big. I have a hard time playing in big buildings. I used to always make my Sims houses so big when I first started playing, and then be shocked that I started to dread playing in that household with that family. And now I understand that I don't like having to go between floors that much. I don't like how easy it is to lose my Sims. Um, so you live, you learn, and you figure out what works for you. Um, oh yeah, I know that the backyard is also split in half. There's like the personal family half of the backyard, and then for like the rocket science, um there's like a little business class section outside for that as well. In order to hold a rocket science class on a small business lot, what you need is obviously the whiteboard, and then you just need one um unbuilt rocket ship, basically. Uh, because I think up to 4 people can work on a rocket ship at a time, so that means that you have plenty of people who can be working on the rocket ship. Um, I'm not sure if a second one would necessarily fit within the outline for the classes, because if you place down a whiteboard in build mode, you'll see like it'll in build mode it'll put like a little box for its AOE, if you will. Um, so you'll be able to see. I don't think a second one would fit, but maybe, I don't know. But you only need one, which is nice because a lot of the different classes you need at least three of the skill items. Like for painting, you need at least three easels or three of the drawing tablets. For chess, you need at least three chess tables. For any of the computer based skills, you need at least three computers, so on and so forth. Um, and then, of course, there's like also skills that don't require any items, and that's stuff like parenting or like skiing and rock climbing, I believe, which makes sense because stuff like skiing, like how are you gonna put that into how are we gonna do that? You know what I mean? But those classes are a little bit boring because there's just not that much to do. Like I had my sim run an entrepreneur class because as Faye was like selling artwork and stuff, I was like gaining, because I think other than running the business, I had there as a oh my god, brain, please work with me here. I had there as a freelance digital artist, and every time that I did, when you do the freelance career and if you have high school years, you'll gain the entrepreneur skill. Anyways, they maxed that out. So I was like, here, let me host an entrepreneur class and see what it's like for the ones that don't require a skill item. The answer is it's boring as shit. I fear I fear it is not interesting. So, eh. I also, okay, this one, so there's like two things. One, I know that other people have talked about this. I don't like that you can't put the whiteboard in your inventory to like bring places and hold classes slash lectures, whatever, elsewhere, right? I don't like that it's just tied to whatever lot it's on and you can't pick it up. Number two, I don't like that you can only hold paid classes on small business lots that you own that are open. Like, I understand how it ended up that way, but I don't like it. I think I think that I should be able to hold a class at the library, you know? Like I don't I I don't know. I'm looking around, like I've been poking around in the code filters for like in the tuning files. I've been looking at like the lot filters and the situation filters and the sim filters that are attached to classes on the whiteboard, and I'm trying to figure out if I can mod it to make it so that you can have classes, like paid classes, anywhere. Um, I'm not sure about the whole being able to put it in your inventory. I'm not really sure how that works. I know there's other modders who have figured out how to put different objects in your inventory. Like I know there's somebody who found a way to put more kitchen appliances, like small appliances in your inventory, because there's some that you can and some that you can't. So it makes sense to just, but I'm not sure exactly where that code lies. And I'm sure I could find it if I like really wanted to look for it, but then it's a question of, do I really want to look for it? I don't know. Hard to say. Um but I definitely want to try and make it so that you can hold a paid class anywhere, because I didn't film it, but I did build this recreation center specifically for Nordhaven, and it has it has an area that could accommodate almost any skill in the game. Like not actually any, but very close to any skill in the game. And I realized that lectures don't have required objects. They're a lot they're a lot simpler in that regard. But I would really love it to be able to hold classes there. I don't think you should have to be a small business owner in order to hold a paid class. Because obviously, yeah, you can do one on one paid mentoring anywhere as long as you have level 5 in a skill. I want classes. I think that, I don't know. I feel like the small business gameplay is such a specific thing, and I don't always want to play with that, but sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I would love to like go to one of the university, like go to the university library and teach like as a guest lecturer, teach a paid class on research and debate. And like I think there's guest lecturer opportunities with university anyways, but I would like to like have it be active, have it be something I'm physically doing. You know what I mean? I want to be there because I really do like the skill classes, and even the ones that are like a little boring, I don't mind that much. I mean, it's a little disappointing, but it's also a little bit like that's life. Sometimes things are a little bit boring. Oh yeah, I put a supply closet downstairs, so you will not be short of woohoo spots in this lot. If you do download it, it will not be a small business lot. You would have to make a family, put the family in there, and then set up a business with the relevant activities that you would want to have. In the chess area, I decided to put like a little tea area. Um, so you could like have some tea during class and then practice your chess, you know. There's also a little store area where I figure if there's like the prints that you find with the like with the observatory, or the prints that you get from the giant microscope, bit more of a macroscope if you ask me, um, or like some shelves for the collectibles that you find when you're exploring in space. There's the aliens and the space rocks. I figure stuff like that, maybe the family finding as they do their work, perhaps they could always like put those out for sale. Um, this was also obviously shortly after that uh, the base game update that gave us some new kitchen counters, and I love them. I know. Most basic opinion in the world, everybody loves them, but they're so pretty. I love the marbling on those countertops. And I've been using the white counter, black marble top pretty much in every build. I'll be building a starter home and finding a way to make myself be able to afford those because they're so pretty. I also didn't give them like super snazzy appliances. It's not like I was building with a budget, but I was like, I don't think these people really cook that much. You know what I mean? Um, so like that just what can you do? You know what I mean? That's okay. It is. It is. They have a kitchen and they can have quick meals because I gave them a microwave. So that's, I mean, what more do you really need? Um, but I made sure that there's an upstairs and a downstairs bathroom for the business area, and then I also made sure that there were bathrooms for the bedrooms and like a downstairs bathroom in the more like family area of the house. I also put a little employees only like break room type of thing. Um I don't know how much employees will actually use it, but it's there. Um it doesn't have to be set as an employee break room, but like that's the that's the concept behind it. You know what I mean? Um but yeah, now we are upstairs, we're furnishing the bedrooms, and I was sort of thinking um like a teenager and then maybe a kid was sort of what I was envisioning. And they've got a Jack and Jill bathroom situation. And then again, we've got the parent bedroom and then we've got grandma's bedroom. And everybody has their own little like workspace inside of their rooms. Um, I squeezed the like living area into that little boxed out corner in like the entry area of the residential. And I feel like I used a good deal of Dream Home Decorator, which honestly isn't that unusual for me. I do use it quite often, but I like the shelving units were calling to me for this build, and who am I to deny the call, right? Um, I also gave them like a designated little laundry area, which I think was quite nice. I don't always do much. Usually I just squeeze the laundry the into one of the half bathrooms or something like that. So it was nice. And then there is like a proper office space upstairs in that hexagonal. I think that's one, two, three. It's either a hexagon or an octagon, but one of those. Uh in the in that little geometric diagonal room, which I feel like in the past, when I used to make bigger builds, I used to always have like an octagonal area, and I would usually make that into some sort of like office book nook space. I don't know why, but it always called to me to be an office book nook type space. This kids' room, by the way, ends up banging. It's got it's got everything that you need. We've got some of the stuff from the Happy Campers kit. We've got a science lab. I think they want to be a scientist when they grow up, not for aliens, but to discover Bigfoot. And I respect the hustle, even if Bigfoot doesn't exist in The Sims yet. Who knows? I think that we could branch out beyond the traditional occults. I think a Sasquatch occult would be great, actually. Sorry, occult and cult. Very different words in this context. I mean, we could have a Bigfoot cult in The Sims. I don't see why not. I think I think that could be actually quite fun. But anyways, not the point. So definitely a little kid who takes after parents in that regard. Um, but I wanted to set up like a cute little entry space. I was doing a lot at this point in the build to just try and fill up some of the empty space, because with such a big lot, there ends up being a lot of empty space, and I don't love that, right? Like I like it cluttered, I like it compact, I like a smaller build. But this is not a smaller build. It is quite large no matter what you do. This is the little employee room that I was talking about. It's got a mini fridge, it's got a microwave, it's got a sink. What more could you need, You can come in there, have your break, and then hang out. It's got a little dish rack. Perfect. Adorable. Oh, I put down 3 anyways. They don't all fit inside of the thing. I just put down extra for fun, I guess. Probably just to fill up space. Because even with how big the house is, there's still so much yard left. 50 by 50 lots are bonkers, and my goodness, I'm like, wow. It's gotten to the point where now, like, I used to feel like a 20 by 20 or a 20 by 15 lot was so small when I first started playing The Sims 4, and now when I play, I'll look at it and I'll just be like, do I I'm like, this is great, actually. Oh, I did switch to the sage green with the white countertop. Oh, that green, another favorite. Honestly, every swatch of those counters is my favorite. I really like those counters. They're really nice and I like them a lot. Okay. Anyways. uh oh shoot. I forgot what I was saying. Girls with ADHD. Anyways. um oh yeah. So now like I used to have such a hard time building on the 20 by 15 lots because I was like, "Oh, these are so small." And now I'm like, this is great. This is fine. I have plenty of room to get everything I need to do. Um, so yeah, I'm a changed man in that regard. After 6 years playing this game, I'm like, maybe maybe it's okay to build on a smaller lot. Maybe I like this actually. Maybe I am a fan. Because, again, it's just, there's so much empty space. And my houses also used to be quite empty when I would build, like when I was first starting with The Sims 4. They would be pretty empty because I was, I mean, I wasn't playing with move objects on yet, which obviously affects things. And I don't know. I thought big and empty was the way to go. And now I'm like, yeah, small and compact, please. Um, though I did discover move objects pretty quickly because I was like, I want the soap to look like it's meant to be somewhere. So, you know. Oh my goodness, the little purple flower, the whole thing in there is so cute. Um, I also really like this little reading area that I'd set up for the teen. Yeah, big fan, big fan. It's all so cute. And then that rug from the Modern Luxe kit, good kit. I'm quite a fan of the Modern Luxe, honestly. I think it's very cutesy. Oh, I pressed the wrong button and accidentally went to the map, which happens to the best of us. um, but yeah, at this point, I am mostly adding like clutter and personality in with the rest of the room. And okay, something I've been kind of doing lately is around loft beds, I've been like raising up a shelf to put next to it so that they have a place to put like their water or their alarm clock or whatever. And I feel like I should have been doing it sooner because when I had a loft bed, that's how I mean, it was actually like physically attached to my loft bed. It was something that like screwed onto the side and I could set stuff in, but like you need a bedside table no matter if your floor is up or if your bed is up or on the floor. So, that's been nice. And then there's like a cute little sitting area in the parents' room where they can hang out, drink their coffee, work on work together. I've got like files and whatnot laid out. Um, so they've got that area. They've got a cute little space out on their balcony to hang out, to look at the stars, get hit by a meteor, all that good stuff. And then I finally went in to give Grandma her proper hacker gamer room. I wanted it to be so abundantly clear that Grandma was a gamer and a hacker. And before she retired, she had brought down several billion-dollar companies who were doing unethical business practices. That's my vision for her. Um, at the time of building this, Better Build By had not yet been updated. I would have done some fun stuff with like the lights in her room, but alas, didn't have that. Didn't want to make Sims to go in during live mode to adjust the light colors and brightness and all of that. Would love to see them update the game to like have that. I gave them a little pool area in their family space at the backyard. And yeah. Oh, because a lot of the stuff that I put down was like the base, just laying it out furniture, I went back in afterwards to like put in snazzier stuff that fit the right aesthetic. Um, Change the colors of some stuff a bit to give like the vibes, you know. Um, some of the stuff I can't remember how expensive this lot ended up being on the whole, but it definitely ended up being super expensive. Like this isn't a starter home and this isn't even a mid-tier home. This is generational wealth home, you know. Um, but that's all right. But we are getting to the finishing touches, floors and whatnot being put in. So I'm gonna start the wrapping up process. Again, this is the Awkward Shell Challenge available on the gallery. You can find it on my gallery, or like on my gallery. I am Awkward Fangirl 6. You can search me up, I'll be there. Or you can search up Awkward Shell Challenge. It might pop up. I'm not really sure how searchable the gallery is because I avoid it when I can. Um, but yeah, so if you want to tackle this monstrosity, go for it. I would love to see what you come up with. If enough people do it, I might make a video touring some of the builds. I think that could be quite fun. Um, but yeah, we will see. And the rules of a shell challenge are basically you can't remove my walls. You can't make them half walls. You can't add exterior walls. The shell has to be the same, and any random interior walls that I gave you have to stay where they are. Everything else, though, the floor plan, the type of lot you want, up to you. You could even put this on a smaller lot if that was something that you like wanted to deal with. It's a bit of an annoying process to you have to actually go in from like you have to go into the lot first and then you go into the gallery and then you have to like place the lot. I think this building could probably fit on a 30 by 40. I might be wrong, but I feel like you could squeeze it on there if you wanted to work with a smaller lot. But yeah, it can be a community lot, a it can be residential, it can be whatever you want. Go wild. Let me know in the comments if you decide to do this. I would love to check it out. But on that note, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below if there are any like shell challenge type vibes you would like to see in the future. Should I try this again, but maybe with something a little bit smaller and less overwhelming? You can follow me in the links in the description box below and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.